Hey guys, at the end of my Hockey Drive-Thru Part 2 video, I told you to go check out my new Bryan McCabe video that I posted on NHL Connect. But you guys were sending me comments that you couldn't see it. I could see it, but who cares if you can't, right? So here it is on YouTube right now. Sorry for that little failed experiment, but don't hesitate to add me on NHL Connect or check out my stuff on Sports Finanza because I put videos and blogs there. So links and enjoy the video. As I'm sure you know, Bryan McCabe was traded to the Florida Panthers along with a 4th-round pick in 2010 for Mike Van Ryn. This comes after months of speculation that Bryan McCabe's days in Toronto were numbered. You can't really blame Bryan McCabe for wanting to leave Toronto. I mean, the fans, after a while, let's go with hostile. And one would argue, how do you even blame them? I mean, when he screwed up, he screwed up. You could look up low-light reels of that Flyers series any day. Buffalo fans can attest to that too. His own net in overtime. And I've had a few days to reflect on Bryan McCabe's time in Toronto, and I thought, man, thank goodness he's gone. Well, except he did do that pretty well. And he was pretty good in this aspect. And I mean, we can't fault him for... Oh my God! Am I defending Bryan McCabe? I was looking at some stats, putting them together, jotting down notes to make sure they were right, and I thought, oh my goodness, there's actually a case to defend Bryan McCabe's time in Toronto. A pretty good one, if you ask me. So let's look at some of the things that upset fans the most. Number one, dropping production on the power play. And the pressure for him to perform on the power play was enormous. After all, he got that 19-goal season, got some pretty good money. And he starts to fall off a bit, and other teams are starting to notice, you know what, just cover McCabe, and we should be good on this power play. And you know what? They were right. How often did the Darcy Tucker thing work after a while? Then what did the Leafs have on the power play? One-man show in Matt Sundin. Who was really afraid of Kyle Wellwood? Thomas Caberlet, point shot? Not a chance. He's not going to shoot. So you own a castle. You see a bunch of people storming your walls. One of them has a bazooka, and the others are holding super soakers. Who are you going to defend? So anything lacking in that respect, I would say, was the team's problem. I mean, nobody out of any of the defenders since the 03-04 season has more goals than Bryan McCabe. Except for Sheldon Surrey. He has 56, Bryan McCabe has 55. If you count that one against Raycroft, I guess they're even. You know, after that goal, lays low for a little while, grows the Fu Manchu mustache, comes back, and all of a sudden, who is that wearing Bryan McCabe's jersey? He turned into this gritty, shutdown guy that I'm not sure fans could truly appreciate. If you got a couple defenders that are doing well, but your team's letting in 4 goals a game anyway and you're losing, who really cares? And he goes, breaks his hand, and I mean, you know how it goes from there. The two things I know for a fact fans couldn't get past was one, obviously, 5.75 per. That doesn't even buy you season's tickets anymore! And also, he just reeked of the stench of John Ferguson Jr., which, of course, MLS&E is trying to get rid of. So after all the grief, after all the gaffes, now that he's finally gone, looking back, I kind of think, man, Bryan McCabe actually might have got a bum rap. But I've also thought of something that I'm sure all hockey fans, whether you like McCabe or not, can appreciate. If I'm a Florida Panthers fan, I have this quiet little sense of optimism. So while Bouwmeester and McCabe are eating up your cap, they're also eating up over 25 minutes a game each, which you need to shut down some of the guys in that division. Kovalchuk, Ovechkin, Semin. I know I've missed people. The list goes on. And then there's the lack of media attention, which of course means less pressure on them. I don't know. This might be the perfect environment for McCabe to start anew. All of a sudden, Florida's got these 2 top 10 average ice time guys that were both on Team Canada not too long ago. Well, let's not get hasty with the Team Canada stuff, but they were. And despite some of the videos I've made, leave Bryan McCabe alone. Bryan, I wish you the best of luck in Florida. And Mike Van Ryn, welcome to the jungle.